Hey guys, this is Penna Daily, and I am going to play for you today my favorite Castlevania game ever. Castlevania, Aria of Sorrow, which is generally considered to be the best of the GBA games. And I would have to say I totally understand why. I've played the DS games, and I really like both of them. Well, both of them. I haven't played Order of Ecclesia, mostly because it's really hard, and it's a little less Metroidvania than I like. But this one's still my favorite. I'm not even sure why. So, new game. And so I've got a 360 controller, and I'm still learning the ropes on that one, sorry. So here we go. The year is 2035 Japan. Crowds of spectators are gathering around in anticipation of the first full solar eclipse of the 21st century. My name is Soma Cruz, and I am a high school exchange student studying abroad in Japan. I live near the Hakuba Shrine, an ancient shrine with strong ties to Japanese mythology. Mina Hakuba, the only daughter of the shrine's caretaker, is both my classmate and my childhood friend. I started making my way to the shrine to see the solar eclipse with Mina, but for some strange reason, the stairway leading up to the shrine felt longer than usual, as if something was trying to keep us from our destination. When I finally managed to get through the gate, my senses began to... Wow. Not only does this scroll really fast, it's pretty much unreadable when it goes over the moon. Okay then. But we have a bat, which suggests not all is well. And a floating castle. That's never a good sign. And here we are, waking up. Oh, hey, looks like he's coming too. Where am I? Whoa, what happened? So you've decided to join us. Did you have a pleasant nap? Huh? Who the heck are you? It's okay, Soma. His name is Genya Arikado. Skip the introductions. I have a few questions, and I need answers now. Go ahead. Why have you come here? Why? Well, Mina and I... Hang on, where are we? We're in Dracula's castle. What? Huh? Dracula's castle? Are you telling me we are in Europe? Never mind that, Dracula's supposed to be fictional? No, we are inside the solar eclipse. Oh, well then. Inside the eclipse? You're insane! Do you think I'm a fool? I think you're a teenager. Does that count? Soma, listen to him. He's telling you the truth. What the heck are you talking about? Give me an explanation. Well, it's like this. Huh? An enemy? Is that a demonic duck of some sort? Yeah. How convenient that he does not have to give us a straight answer because suddenly, 300 skeletons appear from bat space. Damn, protect the girl! Yeah, go back to where you came from! And we stab a skeleton with a pocket knife. And we get our first bullet soul. What was that thing? So it has awakened. What? What has? The spirit of the creature you killed has just entered your body. Now that's not creepy. You have the power to absorb the abilities of the monsters you kill. Why would I have that power? You have gained the power. That's not an answer. Now you must go to the Master's Chamber. For what reason? Do you not wish to return with your friend to your own world? Of course I want to go back. Go to the Master's Chambers. Then you will understand everything. But I can't just leave Mina here like this. She's kind of unconscious. No need to worry about her. I'll put up a protective barrier. But death will most certainly find those who stay here too long. Yes, only you can save her from a painful death. No pressure. And you, what will you do? I, too, have things I must do within these castle walls. Go, set forth. Both your own life and hers are at stake. Again, no pressure. Okay, so we jump with A, we attack with B, with our tiny little pocket knife, and here we are in the castle corridor with awesome music, and zombies! zombies are sort of interesting because not only are they our first monster, but they are the first monster in this game whose sprite was hugely redesigned from the previous games. And there's kind of a story behind that. Now, this LP is going to be about 50% interesting information / trivia and 50% snarky commentary, as you've probably noticed. So, as I said, the Game Boy Advance games, there were 3 of them, and they kind of have an interesting story. But first, we get a short sword. So we go into our equipment menu, and the short sword gives us an extra 3 points of attack, which is nice, and more importantly, it gives us some range. But as I was saying, so the first game in the series was Castlevania Circle of the Moon. Now, unfortunately, it suffered from a couple of problems that, had it not been the first in the series, probably would have been avoided. First of all, oh, hey, the pendant, which we are going to equip because it gives us a little luck. It's our first accessory. Luck is important for rare drops, including souls, and I want to get as many souls as possible. Anyway, the creation kit for these Game Boy Advance games that was distributed to developers didn't reproduce the colors as accurately as it should have. As a result, things didn't look quite the same on GBA as they did on the computers. But worse than that, the GBA in its first incarnation was not backlit. That was kind of a problem because you could not see anything. As a result, Circle of the Moon, which was made with a traditional Castlevania color palette, was pretty much invisible. It was also hard as balls. So, when they made the second game, Harmony of Dissonance, they maybe overcompensated a bit. Harmony of Dissonance was extremely bright. I mean, Dayglow graphics and a Dayglow protagonist. Cloth tunic, which scarily is better than Soma's actual clothes, despite probably being in major need of laundry. They drop cloth tunics like nobody's business. It's their common drop. So, Harmony of Dissonance, everything glowed, including the protagonist, and it was actually a good sight easier. When this game came around, they fixed a lot of those problems and finally found a happy medium. But among other things, that meant redesigning several sprites. In the Harmony of Dissonance and Circle of the Moon, the zombies look very much like every other zombie that, we've seen in the series, that all of them dating back to the very first game. They moved much faster and had raggedy clothes. These guys look more like the flying zombies found in the prison area of Orloff's quarters. A lot of monsters got redesigned from those 2 games, which had their sprites looking much more like Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood. The problem is that with the Game Boy's much worse hardware, that didn't work so well. Now, you saw that we got the zombie soul, which is actually quite useful later, not too much later, and we got the Basilard. Look at what that does to our attack. The Basilard is one of the best early game weapons. It's hampered by its ridiculously short range, but a lot of the things you fight simply won't matter. That short range really isn't a hindrance. And the fact that it hits ridiculously hard is much more important. Ouch. So, here we are with the Merman, and our first ability soul, Gravekeeper. We backdash by pressing L. It lets you dodge pretty easily, and of course, you move a little faster. I'm not going to be backdashing through this entire game. I'm not a speedrunner. I don't have... and it's just really more of an annoyance to me trying to backdash everywhere. Unlike Juste Belmont, who was apparently, had the Speed Force, he's related to the Flash or something, Soma can only dash backwards. It's not nearly as fast or covers as much ground. It's not repeatable. There's a reason Harmony of Dissonance is considered to be really easy, and it's because that dash was fucking broken. But you see what we did to the axe armor there. Enough hits and boom. So, you know, we'll go up here just for a little extra thing. And, hey! We got the axe armor soul. That's really nice. Throw axes at enemies. And now I am going to go back, speaking of souls, to the winged skeleton. So, oh, I thought I'd transferred off of it. Oh well. Well, the point is, winged skeleton soul. Because we've got a boss. Meet the creaking skull. You're going to want to hit him with the winged skeleton soul. Because it does it hits him 3 times. You'll want to dodge that. You can use the back dash if you need to. And then we get this. This is one of the reasons Circle of the Moon was so hard, is it didn't have after boss refills. So that was kind of a thing. And now here we are. We've got the first part of the castle map. And we've got a save point. So let's save. And just to be safe, I'm going to save on the emulator as well, just in case. You never know what's going to happen with the actual, you know, in-thing save. So we'll go a little longer. Hidden walls. They're in every Castlevania. And we get a mind-up. A mind-up is a very nice thing. It just refills your magic. Your magic, unlike a lot of other games, you don't have sub-weapons. You just have magic. The 2 previous games had sub-weapons and magic, but you don't have that this time. You can get hearts to refill your magic, or it will regenerate over time. Watch out for the killer fish. They look silly, but they will hurt you. Ow. Watch for low-flying bats. And here we get our first Guardian Soul. Flying Armor. You activate these by pressing the R button, or, you know, whatever you've mapped it to if you're playing on an emulator. They're pretty interesting. The Zombie Soul, which I got earlier, the yellow one, is an Enchant Soul. They're passive. You just equip it and they work, but they usually they don't use magic. They tend to give passive stat boosts or sometimes interesting effects. So, you know, we've got the flying armor. Let's go up and see where we can use it. And here we go. We've got skeleton archers, skull archers. They've been skull archers, bone archers, and skeleton archers. Blue crow. There are lots of crows in this game. I think the only kind they don't actually have are black crows. And here we have Bware. Bware is, of course, from the Castlevania series, especially for the Metroidvanias, tendency to steal the entire Ars Goetia. Oh, damn it. The entire Ars Goetia for its enemy list. If you see a name and you think it looks familiar from another RPG... Oh, right, it would help if I actually equipped the soul, wouldn't it? Sorry, guys. Alright. Anyway, I keep forgetting, because the first one automatically equipped. So, there, see how we float lightly down. And that's a potion. That's, you know, extra. You know, I'm just gonna ignore you for now. And here we have a zombie soldier. They've got a pretty nice soul if you can get it. Very useful, actually. And they don't do much. They look a little like the zombies from Symphony of the Night, I guess. Let's see, we can go up here, and... Can we get that? Yes, I think we can. You jump, hit the armor, and hello, leather plate. Leather plate's pretty good. Certainly better than the zombie tunic. Also, you notice I've got 3 cloth tunics. Like I said, common drops. Zombies will drop cloth tunics like nobody's business. Trying to get the basil art off them can be a lot harder, but we managed. You know what? Forget you. Skeleton Knights. They're not too bad. And then, of course, the axe armor. More of them. I hate this guy. I hate how he backs up. Which is why I tend to kill him like that. I think, okay, we're gonna go until we reach the next save point, and then I'll call it a day, because I don't want to make these videos too long. Let's see. I love this music, too. It's still the Castle Corridor music. We haven't found a new place, but ow! Stop that. I'm gonna need that potion there in a second, so, you know. As you can see, you know, you could, if you use that fast enough. Now, speedrunners can actually get that jump, like, pixel perfect, and get through there without the next upgrade. I'm not that good. I'm not nearly that good. Right, I forgot. Nothing up here but a white dragon. I hate these guys. Come on. I'm mostly coming here because I have this pathological desire to fill out the map. I hate you. Jesus. If I die, I will be very annoyed. That works. Ah! And I got a level up. Because this is, of course, a Metroidvania, and thus has RPG elements. The more guys you kill, the more experience you get, the higher your stats get. And of course, you can also equip things to get stats. You see why I like the basil art here. Basil arts are pretty useful. We, of course, can't do anything about that stupid armor, and won't until much later, at which point, really, it won't be that important. I don't know why they put it up there, and then, you know, make much better armor available pretty much as soon as you could get that. But, you know, whatever. So, kill these guys. Another thing, you know, is that they actually did... The save point distribution in this game is as close to the platonic ideal as possible. Oh yeah, these guys have grenades! And if you kill them, so do you! Ghosts. And there's a peeping eye outside, which has been a joke roughly since Castlevania Chronicles. It's also visible in the Marble Corridor in Symphony of the Night. Everybody knows that one. Everybody loves that one. This guy has a pretty useful soul, too, if you can get it. Ha! Gotcha. They show you where breakable walls are. And if you're like me and know, ha-ha! Why don't we play with this for a while? If you're like me and have played this game far too many times than is healthy, you don't really need the Peeping Eye soul, because you know where all the breakable walls are. But if it's your first time through, Peeping Eye soul can really help out. Get down here. There you go. Skeleton. Can't really get up there yet. Zombies. Ha! Oh, ow. Okay, you know what? Item. Potion. Just ignore the zombies for now. It's usually the best. Unless you're grinding for their soul or the basilard, they're usually not worth the effort. I don't like you. Alright. Ah, Tiny Devil. Luckily, this guy is not an imp. Ah! Yeah, you see why I like those. These guys are not imps. They just shoot air, like sickles or of air at you or something. They do not grab onto your head and make you, you know, attack endlessly. Those guys are in this game, unfortunately, and they will annoy the heck out of you. But we've made it past our first boss. We've got the flying armor. We're into the rest of the castle, so I'm going to save the game and call it here. And I will see you guys next time when we will explore more of the castle. You have a great evening, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.